We come back from commercial with some breaking news. Sirens sound. This from Shams Charania of ESPN. The Orlando Magic are trading Tyus Jones to the Charlotte Hornets for cash considerations. So the same day that Charlotte goes out and trades for Kobe White, they bring in Tyus Jones. John Wall, your initial reaction is what?
I was surprised because you know what? Orlando won the side Tyus Jones this summer. Thinking he's going to get an opportunity to play a little point guard for him. It doesn't work out. You go to Charlotte, and I think he can be a buyout contender and go to one of these teams we're talking about that need a point guard at the time.
Because the Hornets certainly don't.
Yeah, they got him, Kobe White, Mike Conley, Sion James, Trey Mann, LaMelo Ball.
So the motivation for the Magic is that this trade gets them out of the tax. I think, and what's that, Rodney? There are 2 second-round picks going to Charlotte as well in the trade. So to take on the money, help them get out of the tax. So that was the tax in the trade. So there you go. Hornets get 2 second-rounders. So
the Hornets are doing good for themselves.
Yeah, they're stockpiling for.
Yes.
So you know what is really fun about this week is that you're seeing teams that are toward the bottom of the standings or they're not true contenders. They're the ones who are being the most aggressive as they try to open their own competitive windows as organizations. Yeah, I think that's really, like Utah Jazz, Jaren Jackson Jr. out of nowhere, and the Charlotte Hornets in the midst of a 7-game winning streak, being aggressive like this.
I think all those teams, you're looking at it, they got pieces that some other teams would like to add.
Yeah.
And this is a good draft where if they get a piece that they think can help their franchise be ready to compete, we can move on some other pieces that other teams might want to have at the time. Kind of look at the Wizards in that situation for those guys. You know what I mean? Those are all the teams that, if they got a high draft pick this year, okay, we might get rid of one of our young core assets that we think another team might want to use down the road if we get what we expect or hope to get in this draft coming up.
That trade for Utah is interesting. I didn't heard that. JJ's in Utah.
Yeah. John Conchar.
Right.
Jock Landale, who got rerouted.
He moved.
Yeah, he got rerouted today.
And Vince Williams went there, and then you have
those are the 4 players to
Martin
Utah.
Clayton Jr. Went to Memphis.
Yep.
And somebody else.
So they're going to play JJJ next to Lowry?
So here, Slow-Mo back in Memphis.
Yeah, Slow-Mo, Taylor Hendricks, Gordon Yang, all those guys. Yeah, you can play JJ next to Larry Marketing because you have Ace Bailey. You can play there 2 and 3 if you need to at times. But also, they still have Nurkic right now, right?
They do have Nurk.
So you can play Larry Marketing at the 3. Where Walker Kessler's out for the year with shoulder surgery,
He's
right?
a restricted free agent, but it seems like the Jazz feel good about their ability to bring him back. I mean, look, the Western Conference, if you're going to compete at the top of that conference, you better have a tough front line.
Yeah,
no question about it. Especially with as long as Joker's there, that's going to be true.
Yeah,
you got OKC with Chet.
You got Sagoon. With the Rockets, so you got to be ready. But I think just like you still have Nurkic that can help them out at times, so you can play JJ at the 4 if you want to, and you can play Larry Marketing at 3. You got a tall lineup.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And with the young player, the way Ace Bailey's coming
he's
through his
6'9".
You could play him at the 2, and you have Keontae George that's playing well right now at the point guard role. So I think they're doing a lot of great things, but I wouldn't be surprised if they might move Nurkic because they're trying to bring Walker Kessler back.
The trade deadline special for us in the association is Thursday. We're live at 2 p.m. Eastern, so 11 a.m. Pacific, all the way through the trading deadline, breaking down deals as they happen. And a lot of deals have been done up to this point. So has there been one that you really like? Doesn't have to be a headline stealer, right? It doesn't have to be James Harden to Cleveland. Doesn't have to be Jaren Jackson Jr. to Utah. Maybe you loved what Cleveland did in their first deal, the initial deal over the weekend, getting Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. Which one?
I love the pairing of AD and Trae Young. It's so perfect because Trae, you know, he loves people think about the way he shoots threes, but he loves to get downhill. He loves to get in the paint, and he has that float game. But it's dangerous when you pair that with a lob threat, somebody you can throw lobs to. So the pairing of those two are so potent to me.
And I like my trade I would like, and I think a lot of people sleep on is Kevin Huerter going to Detroit.
Detroit needed
another shooter. You know what I mean? They had Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley last year. You lost both of them, but you go get Duncan Robinson. But I think adding Kevin Huerter is another great piece because what they said was we're number 1 right now. We don't want to add too much. I mean, they didn't want to shake up too much the way they're playing well now, but Kevin Huerter's a guy that can play defense, knock down shots, and they also didn't have to move none of their core guys. They have to move none of their main guys and mess up their roster. So I think that's good. And a great opportunity for Jaden Ivey to get a fresh start in Chicago.
I was just going to say, man, like the other side of that for Jaden Ivey, I almost, my first reaction was, gosh, I get it, but I feel like you're selling a little low on Jaden. Coming off like a really horrifying injury, horrible injury. He doesn't look like himself. Well, yeah, of course he doesn't look like himself yet. He just got back. And so now, for him, kind of a change of scenery and a chance to, get back to that form with a fresh start in Chicago. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, there's a lot.
Once they move all the other guards,
That was exactly what I was going to say. Once they figure out what's going on with all those guards over there.
It's a family reunion over there.
I mean, seriously, there's still plenty of dust that has to settle over the United Center before we can really see the Bulls picture clear, or their plan a little bit clear.
That's dangerous, the Kevin Huerter pickup, because that's something that the Pistons have been struggling with a little bit. If you can point to anything, it's been their three-point shooting. So now that they've picked him up, and you open up all that room for Cade, for JD, the only question I have with him is youth.
So I asked C. Haynes yesterday on this couch if there was another move coming for Detroit ahead of the deadline, and he said, granted, it was on Tuesday, and plenty can change ahead of a trading deadline, but he said for now they felt done. If Detroit stands pat, does nothing else the rest of the way, do you still view them as the clear-cut one in the East?
In the sense that they'll win the most games, yes. I think they're that young team that's hungry. That one seed means that much to them. But then you see veteran teams, once they've gotten that one seed, they're not so concerned with it in the following seasons. They're more concerned with having home court advantage and just getting that trophy. Now the Pistons, they're young. They haven't been to the promised land yet. They want to win as many games as possible. They want to get that first seed. And if they get in the playoffs, who knows what happens? They're still young. I keep saying that word, but they don't have the experience.
I just want to see, I hope that Carlos Vert can be healthy. I think he's another ball handler they can use, because when the playoffs come, we know how special Cade Cunningham is. Teams are not going to allow him to play one-on-one. Somebody else is going to have to beat me. And I think Jalen Duren is having an amazing year. He's their second option. But I think you got to have another ball handler out there that can make plays outside of Cade with the basketball in his hand. I think Carlos Vert can be that guy to step in that role to help him out.
Point.
Another highlight delivered by our friend C's. So let's show it to you here. We got the Boston Celtics in Houston visiting the Rockets. Jabari Smith Jr. kicking off the second half. Boston up by 10 despite no Jaylen Brown.
And one!
And one.
Either of them jumped.
Nice touch pass. Setting that and one up. Minutes later, Celtics going to run. Derek
He's
White.
playing free. That's the kind of night it is.
Under 4 to play. White.
Put them
And
all
get the 3 to go, but look out.
Oh, no.
Ron Harper Jr. flies in. Celtics running away with this one.
Getting some minutes.
Would you guys say? Trap game.
Yeah, it's a trap game.
For Houston. Okay. We have some sound to play for you here on the association with all these moves happening these last few days. Coaches around the league trying to get used to their new personnel and how their lineups and rotations may look. So let's hear what the coaches have had to say about their moves.
6 years, what excites you the most just about having a guy like that, considered, I think, one of the faster guys in the league, too?
Yeah, just his pace, his speed, his ability to play, differently on the floor, be able to come off screens, be able to run pick and roll, and then his pace as well, And so he's a 3-level scorer. He can get to the rim, got a great floater and pull-up shot, jump shot, shoot the 3, So just having a younger point guard that I can, kind of teach and mold, and we can learn from each other.
James to your lineup. Obviously, coach him hard when I need to coach him. But again, I think with the great ones, you step back and you let them be themselves.
Okay, so obviously you could see the coaches in Cleveland and with the Clippers in Los Angeles talking about the James Harden Darius Garland swap. Should the Cavs be done? Should the Cavs be done at this point? Feel like things are set?
I don't think so. I think they still trying to move Jared Allen, maybe, or possibly. I heard talks a little bit about that. So they could be trying to get somebody for him.
They probably got to shore up their bench, too, a little bit.
Yeah, they have a lot of guards coming in. You still have a lot of guards that can play. We talk about Matt Schuster, a guy that hasn't even been there yet. That's a pivotal point of who they went and got from Miami that can shoot the three and play defense for them. So I think that's going to help them because they have a lot of guards, but they lost on the wing perimeter. But you got the guy Tyson that's been playing well, so they're allowing him to play a lot more. Dean Wade is playing a lot more. So I think they might shake up and do one more thing.
All right. Again, the trade deadline on Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And everyone's waiting on the big domino. The biggest domino is Giannis Antetokounmpo. There's no way around it at this point. I feel like you have at least 3 teams who are sort of, I wouldn't say like handcuffed, but they're all waiting on Milwaukee to make a decision. Golden State is one. Miami is the other. Minnesota would be the third. There hasn't been a lot of smoke outside of just like that classic big market, big star speculation connecting the Knicks with Giannis. The Lakers right now know with Giannis, perhaps if he's still around in the summer. But those, 3 teams right there that Giannis is their plan A through Y, and then they want to know when they got to pivot to plan Z, right? And so I think that is probably holding some things up before Thursday deadline.
Yeah, no question. I think with the Golden State Warriors, like that's such a perfect pairing. So it's understandable they would want to wait. You got a guy like Steph, you can potentially pair him with Giannis Antetokounmpo. There's no other reason for them. I don't think they need to try to make any other moves until that Giannis domino falls. All
right, we're gonna play another game here. Okay, okay. Just thinking out loud on the fly. You got another part of this equation is Milwaukee's top brass structure is different. Their ownership, right? So for big decisions like this is the biggest decision you're going to make. You got to have multiple people on the same page, the way things are structured there. I'm not sure a lot of fans are kind of paying attention to that aspect of it. So you two are going to represent the Milwaukee brass. I am the Bucks intern tasked with carrying the official offers to you, okay? So you have 3 offers have come in, guys, Mr. Lopez, Mr. Wall. One from Golden State. It is headlined by Draymond Green, who has a reroutable contract if you don't want to keep him. Jonathan Kuminga, who's been looking for a fresh start. And perhaps another piece, Pajimski. We can work, again, we're workshopping.
Trying to see how we have more fires
and then some draft pick compensation. So that's what Golden State has put on the table for us. From Miami, it is a combination of Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Khalil Ware, draft pick compensation, but not to the degree of Golden State.
Okay.
For Minnesota, the Wolves have been very aggressive, rearranging their chessboard to acquire some pieces.
I know I'm messing with you.
Oh, okay.
He thought I was serious. He's like,
Well, because I was like looking at my phone.
Gotta keep it interesting. Gotta keep you going. Intern gotta keep you going. Gotta keep you on your toes.
So, yeah, don't break character. Commit to the bit. So if San Antonio were to get involved, because they have, you talk about Milwaukee wanting to kickstart a rebuild and usher in a new era. San Antonio clearly has a treasure trove of young players who have got NBA experience who could do that.
I'll tell you one guy I ain't get rid of, San Antonio.
What's that?
Stephon Castle can't go nowhere.
Well, that's what the Spurs are saying, that he's off limits.
Yeah, he can't move. But you can take De'Aaron Fox. You can have some of those other guys. I'm cool with that. Devin Vassell, some of my draft picks. I'm cool with that.
Harper's, I think the Spurs are saying no on Harper.
Harper has to stay. If Harper, Stephon Castle, Wimby, those 3 are untouchable. But all the other, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, De'Aaron Fox, you can have that with some picks. I'm cool.
Does that leapfrog the Miami offer?
For sure.
Really?
I agree.
Wow.
You get a young guy, De'Aaron Fox, we forget, one of the fastest guys in the league, a star, somebody you can build around, got pieces, you know what I mean? Devin Vassell's a guy that you can play at your 2. Yeah, and then with Giannis, he already has his stretch 5 in Wemby. He don't need nobody else.
Nope.
And that's 2 guys you don't want to see back there in that paint.
No,
that's
like
shots.
that's the optimal, that's the dream version of like Giannis, Brook Lopez, Giannis, Miles Turner.
Yeah.
You put
But on
Giannis
another level with the skill set offensively.
Oh my goodness.
With the better shot blocking.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Because now you have your lockdown defender in Stephon Castle. Dylan Harper can be a young point guard that you have Blossom. But you have all those other guys. Champagnie can be my knockdown shooter for me.
Spooky.
It gets spooky in the West.
We'd have to, again, that was a fun exercise. Of course, we'd have to, like,